start. Fake ass smiles in the dark. A-listers preach that virtue shit while snorting coke in the park. Oscars for the fucking predators. Red carpets soaking come in tears. Cancel culture's overrated. Cry to cunts with private jets for years. Shitty scripts, shittier sequels. Reboots on endless repeat. Another cape wearing bitch boy crying about daddy issues. How fucking sweet. Hypocrisy's the real star, shining bright and bold as fuck. Preach and say the planet from a mansion built with oil money. Suck my duck. Yeah, we know every dirty secret. We spill that shit every night. No filter, no fucks given under blood red neon light. Hollywood after dark. After dark. Where the scandals get wet and the egos get fucked. Hollywood after dark. Ripping the glamour new asshole, watch it all erupt. We laugh at the bullshit, torch the elite pricks while they virtue signal with some hookers, lipstick on their dicks. Hollywood after dark. After dark. Up for fucking after dark. After dark. Flops that cost 300 mil, critics still slurp them like art. Box office diarrhea, but the execs jerk off rainbows from the start. Diversity checkbox for the headline, then whitewash the whole goddamn script. Real stories get though fucked and buried in an NDA crypt.
Drones catch these celebs balls deep in sin. OnlyFans empires built on empowerment, while they're taking it up the rear for a win. We call it like we fucking see it, no corporate cock in our mouth. Dropping truth bombs so hard your favorite stars crying on the couch. Yeah, the whole industry's rotten, but holy shit, it's fun. We watch these assholes burn while we pour another one. Hollywood after dark. After dark. Drama queens and dog shit scenes leaving scorch marks. Hollywood after dark. After dark. Sarcasm cranked to 11 in this Hollywood lark. After dark. From the flops to the mega flops to lies and the looby. Got the tea so hot to melt your whole damn crew. Hollywood after dark. After dark. Zero cap, zero filter, just pure filthy after dark. After dark.
Dim the lights, grab the whiskey, hit play, you degenerate. Hollywood circus of freaks, never sleeps, never learns, never repents.
We roast the clowns, skull fuck the kings in the glow of the screen.
Let the darkness sing.
Hey, what the fuck is going on, everyone? How you guys doing? Hold on, let me get this off the screen. Ah, there we go. Fuck, that's a good track, right? I will fully admit, I took a shower before streaming tonight. I was like in the shower, and I'm going like, I haven't touched Suno in like a month or more. I feel like maybe I should work on like an intro for the Hollywood After Dark shit. So I just kind of quickly grabbed the MIDI file, tossed it into Suno, and it was able to kind of put something together. It's cool. It's obviously a little bit too long. I had Grok make the lyrics. I didn't fucking check anything. You know how it is when you work with AI. It's a crapshoot. It's an absolute crapshoot. Not my best, not my worst. You know what? I'll work on it better for tomorrow. Oh, well, I don't know. Maybe they'll call me to work tomorrow. Fuck, I've been working a lot. I did like 200 hours last month. So 21 days, 200 hours probably somewhere in there. It's just a lot of driving, folks. And then I don't know if you guys saw that I put up like a 39-minute HWAD just standalone video today. More of just kind of a stream of consciousness type thing. I don't know. It was all right. It was all right. I got to get back into it. It wasn't really like flowing the way that I wanted it to, you know. But then again, like I don't want to sit there and like build a show, you know. Like I'm sorry, I'm no John Campea, right? I'm not like was it 3C Films, whatever the fuck. I'm not Grace, you know. My tool is my mouth. That sounds very odd, but I'd survive well in prison, and you know I can do that. That's what I do. Otherwise, it just takes fucking forever, man. You can take at least 2-3 days off. Bitch, I don't get no time off, but thank you. I need to, but I just don't get much time off. I could have had the Brand Man and the Buntastic reference. I might have to do that later on. I might have to do that. Let's see. Am I ready for the All-American halftime show featuring Kid Rock? You know what? I'll tell you this. Here's the thing. Here, I'll be honest. I'll be honest with you guys. I would rather listen to Kid Rock than Bad Bunny. Nothing against Bad Bunny. I like a rebel without a cause, right? Or whatever the fuck the name of Kid Rock's first album was, with the Ba on it. I don't give a shit. I like that song. I like early Kid Rock. Again, I don't give a fuck. Okay, before he went crazy, we're talking like right around Joe Dirt. Kid Rock is when Kid Rock was great. Everyone liked Kid Rock. No one had anything against Kid Rock back then. You know what I'm saying? Dude went on to go marry Pamela Anderson for a couple years. You know, she did that show Stripperella on fucking on Spike. You know, that's when I was listening to Kid Rock, was way back then. You know, I think Eminem appeared on the first album. I think he might have done something with like Insane Clown Posse or something. Kid Rock now is just like one step below Ted fucking Nugent, in my opinion. But Kid Rock back then, hell yeah. You know, and I couldn't tell you I tried watching Bad Bunny on SNL. It was bad. It was not good. You know, the guy's talented, but I don't care. I don't care. I would rather listen to Kid Rock. Does that mean I'm going to watch the you know, fucking Turning Point USA Real American halftime show? Fuck no. Fuck no. I don't give a shit about football in general. Hey, here's the thing though, right? I live by Seattle. Okay. But I was in Seattle when they won the playoffs. I was right outside of the fucking stadium for work when they won the playoffs. And so the fireworks were going off and everyone was losing their shit. And that's the closest proximity I have to sports. And that is the closest proximity of me giving a shit. I do hope that the Seahawks win. I just want the Patriots to lose. I don't even know if the Patriots are playing. I just want the Patriots to lose. That's the thing. That's not the same Kid Rock though. I know. But I mean, come on. That first album was fucking great. Let's see. Rapper Too Short was the first rapper in the mainstream to give that lame Kid Rock a shot when he took him on his tour in the 90s. No shit. Could you imagine Kid Rock getting up there and rapping alongside Too Short for Cocktails? Holy shit. Holy fucking shit. That would have been something, you know, like these are the tales, the freaky tales. These are the tales that I tell so well. Anyone here know that song? Am I just too old? Am I just too old to fucking know Too Short? It was funny as fuck today, right? So I'm in the car with my kids. We're going to get dinner. And my daughter's like, Dad, put on a song. You know, so I turned on the radio and like Regulators. Nate Dogg and Warren G popped up. And I just immediately start fucking rapping along with it. My kids are like, what in the fuck are you doing? And I'm like, this song came out when I was in my teens, man. Like, that's how this shit is. HWAD's here dropping the thing saying the Odyssey will suck. I don't know if the Odyssey is going to suck, though, dude. I think, look, okay, so let's talk about that. Well, hold on here. I need to get to a super chat from Rational first. Thank you, Rational. Appreciate it. It says, Iron Lungs sweeps the box office. Massive amounts of Epstein files leak. And Milo leaks an affair that causes infighting in far-right circles. What a week. Now, listen, I don't know what's going on with Milo, but the Epstein leaks have been interesting. I cannot wait for the movie about the Epstein leaks. Are you kidding me? That entire Bill Gates saga deserves a movie. Okay, if you don't know what's going on with Bill Gates, right? But here, I'm just going to give you the rundown of it, and I want you to tell me that if Aaron Sorkin wrote this and David Fincher directed this, it wouldn't be the best movie ever fucking made. Bill Gates hooks up with fucking Jeffrey Epstein. They become pals. Jeffrey Epstein introduces Bill Gates, by the way, a known philanderer, okay, a known cheater, to Russian hookers. Those hookers apparently give Bill Gates an STD. Bill Gates then goes home to his wife, Melinda Gates, allegedly gives her an STD, freaks out about it, then goes to Jeffrey Epstein and tries to get him to help give STI medicine unknowingly to his wife. Imagine that is just like a fucking dark comedy caper, right? Two billionaires trying to it was a bachelor trip or whatever. Like, could you imagine the motherfucking movie trailer guy? In a world where two billionaires go out for a night of partying. Oh, gee, Jeffrey, I don't even know what's going on here. I just love all the ladies. Don't worry about it, Bill. We're going to have a great time with all these Russian prostitutes that I'm bringing over. Oh, my God, I'm married. I can't do that. No, it's okay, man. Anything goes here. Right? She's like, hello, my name is Bratislava. I have gigantic flaming pussy. It's so fucking flaming. It's so wet. It's so dry at the same time. But don't worry about it. It's just the scabies. It's non-transferable. You could fuck me anywhere. Right? And he's like, oh, wow, I'm going to totally do it. Oh, shit. So he fucks her nuts in or whatever. Dude, you never fucking raw dog a hooker, dude. You never raw dog a hooker. You can't raw dog that shit. So he fucking raw dogs it. Gets a fucking STD, right? Then it turns into like the hangover, but for trying to like sneak the STI medication into the wife's food or drink without her knowing and without him, like, ruining his marriage. It happens down the road, but you could set it to the backdrop of they're getting ready to renew their vows. So he's got to like make it work in that time frame. It would be, dude, Todd Phillips could direct that fucking movie. Todd Phillips could direct that fucking movie. That would be one of the greatest movies ever made, I think, right? Let's see here. It's the movie's called Keeping It Microsoft. There we go. Starring Owen Wilson and Ben Stiller. Absolutely. Bill Gates, Bill Clinton, fucking a bunch of fucking rich and powerful men are in those files, dude. It's crazy as fuck. It's crazy as fuck what's going on with the Epstein files. But and Donald Trump is mentioned in there. Donald Trump, Mar-a-Lago, Melania, whatever. 38,000 references in this fucking thing. Elon Musk, this is again another thing too, right? And they could tie in the Elon Musk situation. So Elon Musk, and this is true, in 2012, after Jeffrey Epstein had been convicted of being a pedophile, after he had done all that shit with that very sweetheart deal and everything else, Elon is all like, hits up Jeffrey Epstein and is all, yo, Jeffrey, once my children go back, I can't do a fucking Elon very well, but he's like, once my children go home after Christmas, Tallulah, this being Tallulah Riley, he was either married to her or dating her at the time, want to go down to St. Bart's. Tell me, when is the best night to party on your island? I'm paraphrasing. Okay, hits him up at 6 a.m. on Christmas morning. Like, as soon as I get rid of my little fucking crotch cousin, my crotch kiddos, whatever, right? Crotch goblins. There we go. That's the term. I want to fly down to fucking St. Bart's Island and have a raging party on your island on Christmas morning. He doesn't even care about the kids. His entire thing is, I want to get out of here and go do some strange. It's crazy as fuck, dude. Yeah, Epstein had an Xbox Live account. That's true. Yeah. What games did he play? I'm going to say like Barbie's Horse Adventure. Music Manager says, I've been trying to find the files. Where do you find them? Justice.gov. You can Google it. Just the Justice Department has a whole thing for it, right? Epstein was also looking up FNAF porn. It's in the files. Dude, of all things. I mean, if Epstein was like, if he was looking up, let's say, like Zootopia porn, like Rule 34 Zootopia, that would make a lot more sense, I think, if he's doing that. If he was all like, getting ready to go and do all that shit, I think that'd be pretty on point for him. Yeah, he had an Xbox account. He did, yeah. And then, but the account got banned after the whole incident with Bill Gates. So that's right. Moot met with Epstein. So Christopher Poole, aka Moot, the creator and former owner of 4chan, met with Jeffrey Epstein. Right? We don't know what they talked about. However, do you know when that was? By the way, Rational, can you look this up? Because I can't look this up right now. Can you look up to see if it happened in the fall of 2014? because, I've been kind of wondering about that, right? Mo here says, "Sup from Arizona, you nerds, go Patriots, fuck guys." Hey, Mo, you said to check my Xbox Live. I haven't seen anything on Xbox Live. So, but I did check today. I didn't see anything, though. Thank you. Matt is mundane to be mentioned in the files. I would not be mentioned in the files. If I was somehow mentioned in the Epstein files, I would lose my shit. Because that would be like right up there with that whole fucking Zoe Quinn book where she basically accuses me of being the reason Trump got elected. Like, I'm just a fucking idiot. Like, let me be an idiot. Like, somehow I've force gumped my way through all this shit. Somehow. Oh, you were just watching the PETA South Park episode with the Turd and Douche episode? No, but that's a classic. Oh, 2004. I can tell you when that came out, too. That was definitely 2004. Let's see. The Michael movie looks good. How did you react to seeing that dad looks like him? Coleman Domingo. Yeah, he looked like him. Yeah. Michael looks good. I'll tell you what I'm not looking forward to with that movie. I am looking forward to dude. I love Michael Jackson music. I think it's going to be good. Anton Fuqua has never let me down. Not even Tears of the Kingdom, or Tears of the Sun. It was not his best movie, but still. I would argue that the discourse surrounding that from people online is going to get very tiring. But I don't think I'm going to go see it in theaters. I'm going to wait for home video. The same thing is going to happen for like Iron Lung and everything else out right now. Imagine if Epstein was subbed to Monday. Oh, God damn. What's funny about that, Parallax, is you ever heard of the name Richard Spencer? So on the night, because the guy who created the term alt-right, the guy who basically created the alt-right, the night that I had my crash out in 2018, I found out that night Richard Spencer followed me on Twitter. I was like, immediate block. Holy fuck, dude. Holy shit. Yeah, I'm fully aware that Michael is one of the most anticipated movies of the year. I'm just not going to go see it. All right. I'm just not going to go see it. It's not that I don't want to, but you got to understand, man. Like Apple kind of like laid the smackdown today. Apple had a good run last year with F1, right? Made a lot of money. Their entire 2026 slate is streaming. They are not going to theaters. They are not going to make the attempt to go to theaters. They're avoiding it. I mean, listen, you can sit there and hope to God that theaters are going to make a comeback. But I don't know if you listened to today's Hollywood After Dark. I went off on it for a while, and I'm just like, the thing here, I'll just say it again. The thing with movie theaters right now is that it's they are taking away your choices while charging you a premium. If you really think about it, they're taking away your choices and charging you an upscale. You will find, at least local to me, I don't know how it is everywhere else, but at least local to me, you will find more real, 3D and shit. Like, why the fuck is Send Help in 3D? Why is Send Help in 3D? Why is Send Help in a D-Box auditorium? You know what I'm saying? Like, things along those lines that make no sense outside of the upcharge. That's all I'm saying, right? Is so they take away your choice to see a movie in the seats you liked without where they charged you. Okay, first it was you got to reserve your seats. Okay, fine, that's fine. You buy early, you go in, that's great. Now the seats that you might have had that you liked, you got to pay an upcharge if you want to sit there. AMC tried this a couple years ago by saying that they wanted to have priority seating and they wanted to charge an upcharge of a couple dollars in those rows for the priority seating, and everyone tore him a new fucking asshole. But then the theaters come out and they go like, oh yeah, no, we're going to do D-Box. We're going to do fucking 4X. We're going to do whatever the fuck else they're going to do, right? At large format, all that shit. But we're going to make it so you got to pay more money and more money and more money and more money. And then they complain. They have the balls, by the way. They have the fucking audacity to go out there and complain that, oh my God, if fucking Netflix gets Warner's, that's going to like limit the fucking the exhibition window on films, if not shrink it entirely across the board. But yet if Paramount gets it, that's going to make Paramount have control of 40% of the fucking annual box office revenue. The 40% of the box office share will be a super studio. Okay, so it's like theaters right now, instead of doing everything in their power to bring you, the consumer, back in, they're doing everything in their power to try to attract the middle to higher class person who will be willing to spend the money to go, rather than trying to get the middle class, the working class, and the lower class in the theaters for what is a working man's fucking art form. Broadway is cratering right now. Broadway is cratering because of that elitism. All right. So instead of, they are like, Broadway is absolutely like having a rough time, and theaters are doing the exact same thing. Right. But then, and then again, someone's going to come in and fucking say, and I know who's going to say it too, but this one, okay, I'm just going to address it because I know they're listening. Just because, Donovan, that the box office was up $200 million from 2025 to 2024, right? But that year it went up 2%. Ticket sales were down. IMAX did better, but ticket sales were down. So the average person is going less, which is the opposite of what you want. So my local theater doesn't do that 3D. Good for them. The only movie that's worthy of 3D and IMAX is Avatar in recent years. I mean, yeah, I saw Superman in IMAX, and it was nothing special. I saw Avatar, but here's the thing: I wish they would have shown me Avatar without the 3D, just in IMAX, because I would have loved to have seen it without the 48 frames per second, because that shit gave me a headache after 3 hours. Not to say I didn't love the movie. I did, but I was watching fucking bootleg clips of it the other day, and I was like, and this is like shitty cam quality stuff, and even I was like, okay, I'm fine with this. I've already seen the movie in the top tier format that I could, so I'm okay to watch it now on something that was shot through a potato. But at the end of the day, I would rather go see the movie in the highest possible quality format without there being 3D. And I know that the movie's designed for that, but I guess I should say, it's like, go back to the first Avatar. He didn't do the 48 frames a second. That wasn't attempted until 3 years later with the Hobbit movie, with Peter Jackson, and that fucking failed miserably. But then James Cameron comes out and does it with Avatar: The Way of Water, and the damn thing does $2.3 billion, and everyone like tends to just look the other way. It's kind of ridiculous. Let's see. My local theater sells popcorn bucks for 15, but when you bring it back for future movies, you pay $5 for a refill. See, that's cool. That's pretty cool. AMC has a new screening called XL. It's a screen format. Yeah, exactly. It's all bullshit. It's all bullshit, man. It is absolutely positively all grade A fucking bullshit. And this is the thing, like you've got these theaters now that are just like this is what they did in LA. They do these like, dinner and a movie type things, right? You go and you pay like $50 a ticket, but you get your meal, you get the movie, and you get this like nice relaxing experience, which is cool if that's what you want. But it's like when you go and you fucking have to deal with all that shit, it's just ridiculous stuff. So let's see. For me, a day at the movies is about $20 total, movie, popcorn, and a drink. Yeah. It's not, I mean, unfortunately, it's not like that here in Washington, but hold on here. Okay. I want to get this from H Bars. Thank you, buddy. It's not confirmed, but if Lupita Nyong'o plays Helen of Troy, that's really dumb. It's like making Cleopatra black. Might as well make MLK starring Ryan Gosling. Ooh, that's a chud comment right there, buddy. It's like the idea. I mean, like, it's not to say that like Lupita is not, is not attractive. She's very attractive. I mean, like, I'm just saying, it's like, I think it's kind of ridiculous to freak out about that. Like, bring this up here. So, I mean, this is her, right? I mean, this picture of her in the black dress is fucking good. I mean, she's like, she's very attractive woman. Is she attractive enough to go to war over? To quote 10 Things I Hate About You, does she have beer flavored nipples? Because that becomes a question. If she has beer flavored nipples, I can see that. But in this particular case, let me bring up. Of course, I had to restart the computer before going live, so all my shit's all kind of over the place. Okay. Nope, not what I wanted. Okay, so here we go. So this is what people online were doing. Okay, the bottom image here is from 12 Years a Slave. Okay, and the top image is what they were editing with AI to make it look like Helen of Troy. Okay. And so this is what they were trying to do back the other day. I saw this floating around on Twitter and on 4chan and a couple other places. So this is what I'm talking about with like the bullshit of pushing false narratives, and people are believing it because they said this is the first look of Lupita Nyong'o as Helen of Troy. And then people are like, wait, what? No, Helen of Troy should be like Diane Kruger or Sydney Sweeney and shit. I mean, a lot of people, would probably like goon their asses off to Sydney Sweeney as Helen of Troy. I don't think that would be, something completely out of the realm of possibility. If they were, let me see. I'm trying to find. Okay, hold on here. Hold on. I'm gonna show you guys what I'm talking. We'll see how this looks. Sydney Sweeney as Helen of Troy. Okay. I'm typing it into Grok right now. If it wants to work. What the fuck is going on? I need a new computer so bad. This thing's starting to go fucking nuts on me. Okay. So, I mean, here we go. Like Sydney Sweeney, Helen of Troy. All right. Let's see. But if she plays Helen of Troy, you may end up pissing off the Greek community. Yeah. How many Greeks? There's about 17 million people with Greek descent in the world. So, and only 10 million live in Greece, which means that around the world, not many Greek people fucking live. Like, almost as many Greek people live outside of Greece as they do inside of Greece. So I don't think that's really going to matter that much, to be fair. All right. Matt Damon isn't Greek, but I don't see people complaining about that. That's a very fair point. That is a very fair point. Now let's just see here. Lupita Nyong'o as Helen of Troy. Let's just see what it says. All right. I like Grok because it allows me to kind of get freaky with it. How is my comment a Chud? Who said your comment's a Chud comment? Why the fuck? Mo, shut the fuck up. I don't think your comment's a Chud comment. I think you guys got to understand about HBarts is HBarts is not saying like he wouldn't see the movie if it had Lupita Nyong'o as Helen. Oh no, I don't think he would actually, but it's not the reason. It's more about the accuracy of the time period. Lupita is more beautiful. I mean, I think it just depends on everything, but like, that's not bad, I kind of like this one's a little, again, it's kind of just AI in general, but like they kind of give you a bunch of options here, Like, I like this one. This is not bad, right? Like, this is, I mean, like, this is pretty good. It's just kind of like, I could, I don't know. It's like, I guess it depends on what they're trying to do. The Rock played Hercules and he's not Greek. Yeah. He's already not seen the movie in general. I mean, well, I think that's because, he says here, okay, my comments come from a place of history and accuracy, not racism. And I've known HBarts now for a long time, and I can, back up the fact that he's not racist. He does really just kind of have his strong feelings and thoughts on all that stuff. So that is, that is kind of what's going on with that. Okay. All right. So I'm texting Chris the Bipolar Jedi to see if his ass is actually going to fucking join me tonight. Let's see here. Bronze Age Greece is a very small, closed off compared to classical era, which would have had black people more so. So, drug sister, I want to see her in a thong. Okay, hold on. Jesus, put her in a thong, bikini outside of the Trojan. All right, let's see what it does. Oh God, is it gonna do a video? Oh shit. Let's see. Braveheart has huge inaccurate stuff as well. I don't think anyone looks at Braveheart as being like a 1-to-1 historical drama, but it's a good movie. So, let's see here. He would want Adria Arjona as Adria Arjona. Yeah, he would. What do you mean? Comment moderated. What are you talking about? Okay, fine, not a thong. Let's see. We'll just say the bikini. We'll see what happens there. But I do agree that the Odyssey is a fantasy, and that becomes an issue as you start to look at these adaptations, right? But then again, at the time, Homer would have been around predominantly, lighter skinned, fairer skinned Greek people. So I think that would have been something that he would have probably based that particular version of Helen of Troy on in regards to his story, and so I think that's probably more accurate to have someone who is oh, fuck Jesus Christ. Fine. Let's see if we can do a swimsuit. It's not sexy at all. Cyclops are real. If only. He just wants somebody else to play Helen of Troy so he can goon. No. Ooh. Oh, I know. Oh, yes. God damn you, fucking. There we go. Ella Purnell as Helen of Troy. Have I seen Faces of Death remake trailer yet? No, I've not seen that. Oh, it doesn't even look anything like Ella Purnell. No, I never really got into Faces of Death. I've seen enough death on the internet. That does not look like Ella Purnell at all. Well, let's change that. All right. Let's see. Let's find a good photo of Miss Purnell. I got one here. Not saucy, not spicy, eloquent. Okay. Let's see. If my hard drive wants to play catch up. Okay. All right. Let's see what it's going to do. I saw a screenshot of that dress. I'm only on episode 2. Do Christine Chandler Helen of Troy? No. Okay, I don't want to make video. I want to edit the image. Make her Helen, or dress her as Helen of Troy. Anya Taylor-Joy. I mean, that would probably be more. Yeah. More about that. Okay. I mean, this is kind of, there you go. All right. Wow. That's Grok video. Holy shit. All right. Let's see here. She is Helen of Troy, riding the Trojan horse, looks at camera and says, "I'm yours." Let's see if it does it. I don't think it's going to do it. Put Helen of Troy in the dress that Chappelle wrote. Oh my God, that dress. I can't even put that on stream. Holy Christmas. look, if the thing, I was watching that shit with Chappelle Roan last night, and if there's never ever been a greater example of a pick me girl at one of those events than Chappelle Roan last night. Like, that girl has like resting.
I'm yours, Sundar. Yes, I'm G-Spot. I'm yours, Sundar. Yes, I'm G-Spot. I'm yours.
What the fuck? Let's see here. Chapel. Oh, whatever. I don't care. And now Chapel Roan in Fortnite. Yeah, I know. This is a weird image. That's a. But it got the tattoo. Notice how it got the tattoo on her shoulder. Pretty good. Let's see here. Yeah, there's a lot of craziness going on with all that shit. With Fortnite, with everything else. I mean, does anyone here really care about the Grammys? You know, does anyone here care about them at all? Because I sure as hell don't. You know, like I was checking out some of the stuff that was going on with it, and I was just kind of going like, all right, like, you know, whatever, who cares? I ended up just playing the Outer Worlds 2, because I wasn't feeling very well last night, so I was like, all right, whatever. So what do you guys think of this whole thing with Josh D'Amaro? Is that how you pronounce it? With taking over now for Bob Iger after he came back. Bob Iger came back and spent more time as the interim CEO than Bob Chapek did the entire time he was CEO. You know, and that's the whole thing is like, is this Josh guy, is he going to be good for the parks? Because I don't know. No Fallout 3 remaster. I didn't think we were going to get one. Not for a while. So let's see. I'm just enjoying how much the Grammys pissed off Republican viewers. I mean, yeah, sure. That's the thing. Absolutely. Yeah, the Grammys, I mean, they did piss off some people. Absolutely. I saw the what was it, like the sports blogger all upset when, I think, was it Bad Bunny said fuck ice or ice out or something along those lines. Again, it's just, I kind of agree with the Ricky Gervais part of that whole thing, you know, which is like, you know, don't make it about you, right? Like, don't find ways to make it about you. Unfortunately, though, a lot of these celebrities want to make it about them because that's how they get the headlines. And that's one of those situations where it's like, there's no such thing as bad publicity. Because if you get a bunch of negative headlines for you saying fuck ice, you know, like half the country might be mad at you, but the other half is still gonna be like, oh yeah, they're doing it. You know, they're standing up to power, man. No, I mean, if they are standing up to power, then I think it'd be better to see them donate some of their money towards some of the relief funds for victims of ICE, for the people who have been like, been mistreated, for like the family of Renee Good or the family of Alex Preddy, right? I think there's things they could do with the resources that they have. They could, but here's the downside to that though too, is they also have to be very careful with what they donate to or what they get involved with, because then everyone expects them to do it. Let's see. I love how that moron Jelly Roll said he's not political, yet has tons of picks with this administration. Such a bootlicking hillbilly. I saw something about that. I don't know who or what a Jelly Roll is. Check my DMs, huh? Sounds dirty. All right. Let's see. Hold on here. What'd you send me? So if we were going to have anyone play Helen of Troy, it's obviously Christine Chandler would be fantastic as Helen of Troy. She would people would go to war over her chastity, over her virtue. Ethan Ralph would be chronicling it from a distance, yelling out things and making everyone go, why is a rage pig here? What is happening? Who knows? Let's see here. All you need to know is that he makes music for fat white ladies with knee braces. Okay. Oh, okay. So, okay. You DM me the moot stuff. All right. I want to take a look at that here. Okay. Jesus Christ. Thank you for that, Axel, by the way. Holy shit. That's frightening. Okay. All right. Well, let's see. So this is, I just want to jump into this. So this is Epstein talking with Moot, Christopher Poole. So this is okay. This is a couple years before everything. All right. So this is from the 20th of October in 2011. Okay. So Boris Nikolic says that all right, wants to introduce them. Okay, he's great. No, all right, let's see here. Epstein. I liked him a lot, drove him home. He's very bright. All right. Did you like Moot? Okay. Tell Chris Poole to feel free to bring anyone he thinks is clever. So that was from 2011. Let's see. Chris Poole has confirmed he will come see you January 29th, 2012. All right. So okay. Here's a theory. All right. Here's a theory. Wait, Jelly Roll did the song for the Sonic 3 credits. Wow. I don't remember the Sonic 3 credits. I remember the Sonic 1 credits. Those are pretty dope. But I don't remember Sonic 3. But anyway, okay. So I'm gonna take us back because something odd kind of happened in back in 2014, back during the early Gamergate days. Okay. So in the fall of 2014, for some reason, Moot had decided to kick Gamergate off of 4chan. Right? Like off of 4chan. He says, I don't want it here anymore. And he got rid of it, which is what caused the mass exodus over to 8chan, which is ultimately what led to the birth of QAnon. And we know Steve Bannon was heavily behind pushing a lot of QAnon nonsense, and that the guys who bought QAnon from Hot Wheels, Frederick Brennan, they ended up largely being exposed as being QAnon in the Into the Storm documentary. And since then, QAnon has really not really been around very much. And 8chan itself, it kind of was hard to find when 8chan got banned off everywhere and it became 8kun. And like no one knew where to find it because it was like super underground. So I've always wondered, I've always questioned, I've always pondered what happened. Why, out of everything that happens on 4chan, the fact that it is literally the asshole of the internet, what happened on 4chan that would cause Moot to kill the conversation, right? I mean, like there's rampant racism, anti-Semitism, revenge porn, all sorts, doxing, all sorts of shit on there. No one bats a fucking eye. But why in God's name would that happen all of a sudden? And then we find out that for the last couple of years prior, 3 years prior, he had been friends with Jeffrey fucking Epstein. And Jeffrey Epstein and Steve Bannon were buddy-buddy for quite some time. Bannon was shooting a documentary on Jeffrey Epstein. There's photographs of Jeffrey Epstein with Steve Bannon, or I think with Woody Allen, that are on the mantle of Jeffrey Epstein's, either his desk or on his mantle in his home. That's been released out there. Bannon, shooting the documentary, has about over 9,000 hours of footage that he refuses to release, that he had taken of Epstein while he was getting, content for this documentary. So I'm just pondering the question, is it entirely possible that the call to get rid of the Gamergate conversation, to find an offsite hosting site for it that would be less moderated, that would be smaller, would be something that would have come from Epstein or Bannon, over to Chris Poole. Because why is it, right? Like, yeah, that's right. Bannon coached Epstein for interviews. That's right, he did. So it's like here, so that becomes the question, doesn't it? Like, why is it that you have got the asshole of the internet, a place where literally anything goes, and you had one of the biggest events in gaming controversy that would have brought a lot of new eyeballs to 4chan, which could have then, I don't know if, could have helped make some money in whatever, the advertising and shit. And you get rid of it. Just willy-nilly. Just get rid of it. Nothing about that ever made sense to me. Nothing about that ever made sense. I don't think he's ever commented on it publicly, but he also sold it off not long after. So it's probably nothing, to be fair. It is probably nothing. But it is also very fascinating to see. Because when you look at the concept of everything that transpired back in the fall of 2014, I would love it if we would be able to find out more about this kind of stuff. If we'd be able to find out more about what happened, but then, because that would be a hell of a fucking movie, wouldn't it? That'd be a hell of a thing. If we could get that done. But of course, obviously that's not going to happen, right? We're never going to find out anything. We're never going to be given any information like that. Internet Cutter. Hello. How are you? So I don't know. There's so much stuff in this world that just is if anything is just a fucking, happy fucking coincidence, and we're never going to know the full answer to, and we're never going to be able, to find out any other kind of details about it, because we're just never going to be told anything. And, that is unfortunate, because that is just another reason why it's so difficult, to talk about all of this stuff, knowing damn well you're never going to get, the full truth, and that's one of the problems, even with talking about Hollywood, right? RWP here says, I think the CIA is behind QAnon. Kind of. Do you realize how difficult this conversation is? Well, it's not an easy conversation to be had. Yes. In no way is it an easy conversation to be had, because what you're talking about are people with, infinite amounts of power and wealth and influence, engaged in a cabal of illegal activities that run the spectrum of heinousness. They know they can get away with it. They don't want to be caught. They'll do everything in their power to protect each other, to protect themselves predominantly. They'll throw everyone else under the bus while making sure they're protected, or they'll wait for someone to get maybe a little bit too close to the sun, and they'll throw them under the bus to make sure that it's a warning for everybody else who might get, any kind of ideation to rise above their station. It's all bullshit. Yes, absolutely. They choose all this stuff. It's very difficult to have a conversation, because it would be nice to be able to know that we live in a world where there is truth, that we live in a world where we have these freedoms, but we don't. So instead, what do? We squabble over petty shit, right? We squabble over box office results of a fucking movie that we didn't make, and we have no financial interest vested in. Instead of, being upset that maybe movies we don't like are getting popular, we go out there and we just lie about shit. I mean, colloquially, right? Some people just like to make shit up. They go out there, they just say things that aren't true, but their audience is so predetermined to hate something that they believe it because it's confirmation bias, as well as cognitive dissonance. I mean, because there is no faith in the institutions anymore, it doesn't matter what you say. It doesn't matter what you do. It doesn't matter at all, because people are just going to be trying to do what they can to cover their own ass, right? And that's unfortunate. Epstein also advocated Activision, to pursue microtransactions. That motherfucker. Watch the 2010 documentary Zeitgeist Addendum. Oh, fuck, bro. Dude, Aztec, man, I remember when Zeitgeist dropped. Holy shit. Zeitgeist. I'm telling you, that movie made an atheist out of so many people, right? That movie made so many people atheists after watching the opening few minutes of that movie. Someone should have inspected that island, would have made them move out of town. What are you talking about? Like, well, there's apparently Little St. James and Greater St. James. And Epstein apparently also owned Greater St. James, which is right above it. So that's something that's kind of, we never talk about apparently. Yeah, that's a hell of a throwback, right? Holy shit. The whole opening of that movie is basically just like, here's why Jesus is a fucking lie. It really is. The whole opening of that movie basically just says, here's why Jesus is the story of Jesus is a lie. Religion isn't real. Now let's get on with the fact that millionaires are destroying the world. That's funny as shit. Is that meant to be Bob Chandler? What are you talking about? So anyway, the Venus Project, Jacques Fresco. I don't know what that is. That one evades me. Good sir. Anyway, it's read William Cooper's book, Behold a Pale Horse. All right. Can I get a cliff notes of it? Is that all right? Yes, I'm Bob Chandler. Who? Oh, is that supposed to be Chris Chan's dad? Is that what that? My Chris Chan lore is very limited. Very limited. I'm not inundated on that shit. Remember back in 2008, 2010, Alex Jones was talking about the global pedo elite going to an island. I don't remember that. I do remember him doing like what was it called? The Obama deception or whatever it was. I remember him protesting the Bilderberg meeting in I think it was outside of Atlanta or something. I remember that. And I think that's pretty fucking funny, to be honest with you, because now more or less he's protecting the Bilderberg type people. And Alex Jones finds himself in a very precarious situation. Like this, look, you guys got to understand the fallout over the Epstein shit, especially with Trump, is going to destroy so many of these right-wing fucking idiots. Like, there's no way Dan Bongino is ever going to end up getting any kind of trust from his audience again. He's trying desperately to do it, but it's not going to work. Not after these 3 million documents dropped, and he's basically backing up what Kash Patel said. You got Todd Blanche coming out and saying well, we don't really have anything we can prosecute anyone on. Yeah, but you've got enough fucking information to start a fucking investigation, right? You've got all the unredacted shit. So what is what. My bolter in chief. Nah, I know I'm on a political subject on a movie channel. That's my bad. The Chris Chan getting arrested video is funny. I will say that's probably the funniest thing Ralph has ever done. To be fair, I will give credit where it's due. Him being in the same city as Chris Chan and tracking down and getting that arrest on camera. Honestly, that's a hell of a win. That is a hell of a win. There's no denying that shit. None whatsoever. That was a good day for him. Everything else is that. Hold on here. Let's see. Hold on. I used to believe Michael Jackson was innocent until I discovered Roxanne's channel about his files. I'm not blind to fan bias. I accept truth when I see it. Explained logically. I mean, I haven't seen that myself. A counter to that would be look up Razor Fist's video where he rebuts the claims about Michael Jackson and ties it to Sony wanting his collection. Don't know. It is what it is. Have I ever heard of the Samson option? I have not. What the fuck have I started? Dude, you started a lot of shit, man. You started a lot of shit, buddy. What the fuck, man? Fucking Jesus. Making me out here talk about fucking pedophiles and people who were accused of sexually assaulting their mothers. Anyway, William Cooper was ex-CIA. He exposed the elite systems. I think the elites are I don't think the elites care as much anymore because I don't think people generally care. Like you can sit there, the elite can sit there and be like, yeah, I traffic kids. What are you going to do about it? Right? The elite can easily do that. And like, what are you going to do about it? No one's going to do anything. Right? No one's going to do anything. I mean, Donald Trump could come out tomorrow and be like, I've gone to Epstein Island so many times. I had my own private room. I was like the Lincoln bedroom for me in Epstein Island. Complete with a private entrance and a ball gag pit. A place where I could put my 14-year-old. She had a Nintendo. She was fine. Yeah, I mean, he could say all that shit. Could literally come out and say it tomorrow. And like, fucking, even his base would be like, oh, well, I mean, but you haven't done it in a while, right? Oh, no, I haven't. I haven't gone out there. I haven't had sex with a minor in quite some time. I'm not even able to get my penis up anymore. I've tried Cialis. I've tried Hims. I've tried so many different things to get a boner, but it's just not going to work. So, no, I can't, unfortunately, anymore have sex with minors. It would be nice, but I just can't do it. And they'd be like, well, he can't do it, folks. Shit. He clearly can't do it. He can't get it up. He's getting up there in years. We're going to explain away everything bad that he's ever done. Because now he's infirm. The only time Ralph was morally superior to someone. Here's the thing with that. No. Because Christine Chandler, they're like basically didn't do it. Right? Basically didn't do it. And so as a result of that, no. Let's see here. What about the Melania documentary? Okay, talking about movies. All right. Yeah, that Melania documentary, kind of odd, isn't it? A little bit weird, a little bit wild, a little bit crazy, a little bit, right? I mean, the Melania documentary ended up putting her in a position where she made $8 million over the course of the weekend. Made like no fucking sense. Because like, people, so here's the thing, is there was a theory. I want to show you guys this real quick. I'm going to try to find it on my twits. I was talking about it on Twitter. Okay, so here we go. So, looking at the Rotten Tomatoes score, I think is a 7 now. Okay. And then 16 reviews, 6%, right? But there's like a bunch of verified ratings on this documentary that read suspicious, to be fair. But see, then we got attend Melania documentary, free tickets plus $50. Okay, this was in Boston. There's been no confirmation that this really happened, but somebody did post this on Craigslist. Here's the thing, though, is in order to post a gig on Craigslist, you have to pay money. You can't just post a gig for free anymore, which makes me ask the question, was somebody actually paying people to go and see this movie? Okay. Let's see here. Attend Melania documentary at any Boston area theater during opening weekend, this upcoming weekend. Free tickets plus $50 per seat occupied. Must remain in seats for entirety of film. Compensation $50. Now, when they say free tickets, what exactly does that mean? Right? Are they going to give you a code? Are they going to email you a code from, like, let's say, Fandango, and then have you go over and review the movie? Because the only way to become a verified reviewer on Rotten Tomatoes is to buy tickets through Fandango. That's the only way to do it. And so when you see people like the Angel Studios and they've got their pay it forward system where you get the free tickets, you buy those through Fandango. And so you buy them through your account, basically. And so then you could go and review the movie. It is very much a game. It is very much an interesting situation. I'm not a fan of it. I don't like Rotten Tomatoes. I've been very open about why I don't like Rotten Tomatoes. And I think that a lot of people out there are finally gonna start paying attention to this shit. I think so. I have been talking about this for quite some fucking time. I wouldn't say that Rotten Tomatoes is bought, but Rotten Tomatoes is manipulated. Okay. But I want to also then bring up another reason why I think it's manipulated and why you should also very much not give it any real attention, any kind of credence, because it's also full of bullshit. Now, I'll show you guys this. This is something that popped up yesterday and that nobody seems to fucking give a shit about. So, coming back over here, we've got this reviewer, Rotten Tomatoes approved critic, guy by the name of Keith Ulrich, did not see the movie Melania. Did not see it. Okay. And yet, according to this image here, he had given it a rotten score and said Brett Ratner's reinvention as idiot Lenny Riefenstahl gets me all the titter with heartier guffaws if I imagine him on set looking like a semi-doppelganger Jonah Hill in the Married Your Cousin. It's fucking, well, I want to show you guys this. So this is the article that he posted to his Substack. I took this picture, by the way. And here's the thing. He starts off by saying, full disclosure, I will never watch Melania. Okay. But then he goes on to say here, and my sole comment on it is that pondering fellow NYU alum and perennial no talent Brett Ratner's reinvention as idiot Lenny Riefenstahl gets me all at Twitter. Okay. So his basically takes this bit here, and then just copies over Brett Ratner's reinvention of this. This is the fucking, because keep in mind, when you do Rotten Tomatoes as a Rotten Tomatoes approved critic, when you submit your review, you also submit your caption, right? You submit your slug. And so this is what he did. He basically just took his article, and I just want to quickly go back to this. I'm sorry. Just read the opening of this, right? Full disclosure, I will never watch Melania, and my sole comment on it is that pondering fellow NYU alum and perennial no talent Brett Ratner's reinvention as idiot Lenny Riefenstahl gets me all the titter with heartier guffaws if I imagine him on set looking like semi-doppelganger Jonah Hill in the Married Your Cousin scene from The Wolf of Wall Street. Is there any larger just fucking goulash of word salad on that shit? Like, if you read somebody writing this, it makes you really want to look at anything else they do and just never engage with it ever again. For one, massive run-on sentence. 2, makes very little sense. 3, huh? All right. Oh, no, sorry. There's one comma. There's one comma. Okay. In this extremely run-on sentence there. AI, I should run this through AI and be like, please translate this from retard. But anyway, the guy also found it. He did post it over on his letterbox, which all he did, and this is again a screenshot I took, is all he did is he just took his article from Substack, posted it as a review of the movie on fucking Letterboxd. And this is my whole fucking thing with all of this shit. And the reason why I don't like a lot of this stuff, why I don't why I don't really like Letterboxd, I don't like Rotten Tomatoes, I think Metacritic is stupid, is because you have people like this who get in positions of being able to have that authority, right, as what you would call the tastemaker or anything along those lines. And then from there, they end up just like basically acting like big old fucking babies. So I don't know, like, this guy's review of Melania is not there. Okay, it took it down. All right, so he did Send Help, Mercy, Dust Bunny, Return to Silent Hill, which he actually gave a tomato to, right? But he did not do Melania, or if he did do it, it was taken down. And I think he did that because, like, if you look here, he's got his parentheses Substack, right? He's like linking back to his blog. Okay. This is what he does, but then because he hasn't had a slant, he did what he reviewed it for Slant Magazine, Avatar. Okay. And then, whatever he gets a fucking thing for, he'll do that. But for the most part, he's just trying to link to his Substack. It's crazy. It's absolutely fucking crazy. But this is coming out. And again, like, there's not a big outrage over this in the critic circle. And I think there should be. I think there absolutely should be a critical response to this, because this is the thing. Being a critic in Hollywood has gotten to be so fucking performative that it's not even funny. All right. Like it's so performative now. It's not even fucking funny. And that's not even just people that are like working, you know, like the Rotten Tomatoes critics or the people that are working, you know, like for these outlets or whatever. I'm talking like even the YouTubers. You know, we've talked about like with the chuds and everything else, how the chuds are largely just, you know, they don't actually believe what they say. I think the film critics believe what they say, but they also look for the reasons to like be very critical of something, so they stand out amongst the crowd. Whereas the people that are within like the fundamentist types, the chuds, they're really, really good at selling you back your own opinion, and everything else, right? It's kind of like if you look at Nerdrotic was a drug dealer. We don't know if he dealt meth to kids, but he was a drug dealer, as confirmed by him. So he knows how to peddle a substance that gets people hooked, and he knows how to be a dealer, and that's effectively what he does. He deals in outrage. All right, selling drugs to people is illegal, selling outrage is not. And so all those guys have more or less just become emotional fucking drug dealers and pushers, and they have caused irrevocable damage on the entire fucking sphere, because you can't sit there and go on YouTube anymore and expect to talk positively about a movie and get a lot of attention. But if you talk negatively about a movie, you got a better shot at getting people to see that shit. What about Grace's review where she said she left the theater halfway through? What? For Melania or what? What? I don't know what review that is. And again, who gives a shit what Grace Randolph has to say? In general, look, man, here's the thing. I've said this before, and I will say this the fuck again. Okay, I will say this the fuck again. I think most people would be better off if you stopped watching reviews to a movie ahead of time and you went in as sight unseen as humanly possible. You watch the movie, you formulate your own opinion, and then you go and watch reviews to see whether or not it backs up your own opinion. And the only reason why that's a good thing is because it makes you think critically about a movie, and then you can find other people who also thought critically about a film without having those people's thoughts completely turn yours biased. Okay. And I know there's that whole idea of, well, you could find a reviewer that talks about a movie and you trust their thoughts on it, and that might be your thing. Fuck that shit. Fuck that shit. All right. And I will use H-Barts as a prime fucking example of this. Okay. H-Barts and his mom and his dad 3 years ago were like, I don't want to see Avatar. Avatar is shit. Avatar, the reviews have all been bad. It looks terrible. People told me it's bad. I don't want to fucking see it. And I'm like, bro, Avatar is pretty fucking based. He's like, okay. So then he fucking finally watches it, texts me halfway through the movie, and he just tells me that his dad looked at him and said, why the hell have we waited this long to see this film? All right. And that's because they were given, I don't want to say bad critiques of the movie, because people have different thoughts and opinions, but they were given critiques of a film that altered their perspective of the movie before they went in to go see it. Therefore prompting them, preempting them of watching it, because they thought that they were going to have a bad time. But it took an idiot like me going like, no, it's a pretty fucking solid movie. Dude, all Avatars are great. I love them. Way of Water is my favorite. I think Way of Water is amazing. I can watch that thing all day long. And then also as soon as I get Fire and Ash back to back, baby. But it's just like, but my point though is that you should watch a movie before reading a review or watching a review, and use the review, whether it's written or audio or video, to kind of like give yourself your own internal thoughts on the movie. I honestly think that makes for a fucking deeper and grander experience if you go in sight unseen, right? Like, again, a lot of you younger people here, and I'm not trying to pick on you or call you out or whatever, right? Like, a lot of you younger folks, you don't know what it was like to walk through the video store. You know, you don't know what it was like to do any of that. It was one of those things where, you know, you walk through, you don't know what the fuck a movie is. You just don't know. You see the box art, and the box art is like, okay, that's kind of cool, right? I kind of vibe on that shit, you know? And then you're like, all right, yeah, fuck it. I'll go home and I'll give it a watch. Fuck yeah. And so you get something based on the box art. Just the box art. Right? Just that first image. And you see it and it kind of plays off the vibe of everything, right? It plays off the vibe of everything that you take from it, and then you go, man, that sounds interesting. And I'm going to go home and I'm going to watch this, and I don't know fucking anything about it. And then you go and you tell people about that shit because you love that shit, right? Walking down the fucking Blockbuster aisles was great, man. Same with Hollywood Video. I used to work at Hollywood Video. All right. I'd rent 5 movies at a time. I'd go home, I'd watch them. Stuff I wanted to see. I would just go home and I'd watch it. You know, I don't do it as much anymore as I'd like to. We do, but you all claim the video stores were dying already, so it doesn't count. No, you're just young. You don't know. Look, buddy, you're young. Okay. You're young and you think you know, but you don't know. The video stores were definitely dying by the time you would have gotten to the same age. But like, you don't know what it's like, bro. Fucking Friday night in the 90s. Okay. A Friday night in the 90s. I still remember when my mom took me to my very first Blockbuster when I was like 6 or 7. You know, we walked in. It was on the corner, I want to say, of like fucking Walker and Canyon in Beaverton, Oregon. You know, and it was like all bright lights on the inside. It was a corner fucking store. It was massive. And we're just walking through, looking at all the videotapes, looking at everything else going on. And I forget what we rented, but like we just were looking at everything. And then in the 90s, dude, it was like Friday nights was like video store to go rent some movies for the weekend. Maybe if you're lucky, you get to rent a video game. If you're lucky, maybe they'll have the video game you want in stock. Maybe you'll be able to get your hands on it for a couple days. But if not, you go home, you pop in a movie, you get popcorn. They would sell bundle packs that you could get like soda and popcorn and candy and like 2 movies for like $10. You know, so people pick out the films, they get their bundle pack, they go home and shit. But the funnest part, and this is where you guys kind of get this, but the funnest part was walking through when they had the clearance sales. When Blockbuster was selling the movies, when Hollywood Video was selling the movies, you know, and you're looking through trying to see if you can find a good deal or find that one movie you want that you can buy for like $9. You know, you're looking through and you know, I saw some people the other day on this one Facebook group that I'm in, and they're holding up like, you know, a VHS tape that they clearly bought at Hollywood Video back in like maybe the early 2000s and shit. And I'm just like laughing my ass off because like that's old school shit. All right. But you don't know what it's like to fucking do a Friday night movie run. Holy shit, dude. One night, my buddy and I, we wanted to go and rent a game, and the nearest Blockbuster was up. You know, I'm just going to fucking show y'all. I'm just going to fucking show you what I'm talking about. What were my go-to candy? Easy one is Twizzlers, to be fair. Or, well, I use the Red Vines, but my favorite are Sweet Tarts. I like Sweet Tarts a lot. All right, I'm going to show you what I'm talking about here. Let's see. Google Maps. All right. Hold up. Okay. I'm showing y'all like I'm doxing my old address, but I haven't lived there since 1999, so it's been so long. All right. Anyway, it sucks when you went to the video store and all the copies that you wanted to see. Yeah, that fucking was terrible. H-Barts, I am going to get to yours real quick. Okay, I'll get to this one. I'm bringing this up here. Okay, so H-Barts here says, coming back late, but no, I don't want Helen of Troy to be goonable. It's just my history side of my brain goes nuts with this stuff. Jarbo can even tell you I go on history rants. That is very true. That is very true. He does do that. But I mean, it's fine. It doesn't need to be goonable, but it is what it is. Okay, so I'm going to show you guys this right here. So this is my old street. All right, this is Chestnut Street in Tigard, Oregon. Okay. See these trees right here? Those 2 trees, you can kind of see them. I planted those in 3rd grade back in the very early 1990s. They're still there, actually, which is pretty cool. Anyway, so we would go, you guys can kind of see this here. Hold on, let me make it, there we go. Okay. So, this is Chestnut. We got 80th Avenue right here. So, I just want to show you guys what I'm talking about here. So, I'd walk up Chestnut. This is what my friend and I did one night. I don't know why I'm showing you all this. Okay. So this is my old pad right here. My neighbor used to be a gigantic alcoholic. I used to go over to the shed right here, and like he would go, I left you some nails to hammer in the shed, and I'd go in there. There's like a fucking 12-pack of beer. Anyway, so my buddy and I, we would walk up. Okay, so we come over here to 80th. Okay, we'd walk all the way down. I don't know why I'm showing you all this shit, but I'm just kind of reminiscing. All right, hold on. I'm saying okay. So, all right. Let it load a minute, but oh my God, come on. What is happening here? Everything's going fucking nuts. All right. I'm just trying to fucking, Anyway, here we got Taylor's Ferry. Okay. Taylor's Ferry. So we'd walk down 80th. It's a bit of a distance. All right. You know, it's a bit of a distance here. So this Chestnut, walk down to fucking Taylor's Ferry. Okay. Not too far. Okay. Now Taylor's Ferry is a fucking hill. Right? It's a fucking hill. And it goes on for a long ass time. Okay? Like a long fucking time. So we walked, find this here, Taylor's Ferry, all the way up Taylor's Ferry. Okay? And I'm talking, this shit's a fucking distance. It goes up straight. Walked all the way into West Portland. Walked all the way over here, up here. And it was, I want to say, wasn't the Walgreens. It might have been the World Foods, or it might have been this over here. It might have just been this. It was one of these buildings over here. Was a Blockbuster. I think it was this big building right here was a Blockbuster before it came a Walgreens. But we walked all the way here. Okay, from right there. See right where that fucking blue thing is. Okay, all the way down to my house right there, all the way up there. That's a fucking distance. We did that at night in the rain. Why am I showing you this? Because we wanted to rent a fucking video game. That is why we did it. That is why we did it. All right. So back in the day, that is the kind of shit that we did. We would go and we would fucking, rent movies by walking to the fucking video store. And just picking a movie based upon that fucking title and that fucking image, and then we would end up going home, like walking back, going home, and that would be our weekend shit. All right, so like that's what I'm talking about here. Is that it's really, really, really just an interesting concept of, hold on, let's see if I can find some videos on it or something. Here we go. This is Vampire Robot it's a left channel only, but this is what it was like back in the day. What are you just getting B-roll on a lady holding the tape? Have her flip it over, show the Blockbuster logo. Is that a Ray Charles shirt that guy's wearing? Oh, look at that cash. So you know how old it is. Everyone's renting in cash. See, look, there's the Super Nintendo games. So look, there's Mary Poppins, there's the bear. This is in 1993, by the way. That kid's 40 now.
The Monday morning is like a tremendous drop-off, but without renting. They drop them off and don't take another rent. But most of the people who come back who drop a movie off on Friday night, Saturday night, Sunday.
Yeah, okay. Blue or what color? There you go.
Yeah, Mondays weren't the busiest day.
Tomorrow.
But look at,
Don't let go of it.
God, look at the fashion.
Sure.
Quick drop. Oh my God. Look at it, $3 for a rental. What movie is that? 1993. Is that Guarding Tess? Kind of looks like Guarding Tess. No, Ascent of a Woman. Holy shit. Oh, look, you got Sister Act down there. You got Sneakers. I can't tell what that one over there is. Is that South something? You got Sneakers. What else we got here? See, and the thing is, eventually, and this is why you'd rent movies, is it's unlike the infinite scroll of streaming services. You'd also sit there and try to, you'd have, oh my God, is that Turtles 3? Look at that. Look at that right there. The yellow. That is Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 3. That is Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 3. Am I wrong on that? Come on. South Central. Was that South Central? Okay. That was, oh God. No. What was the one that Rhea Perlman did? That was the basketball one. That wasn't South Central, was it? Thanks for making me feel your age. Well, there you go. What game was it? I don't remember what game it was. It was a very long time ago. But I remember walking up that hill at night. It is TMNT 3. Yeah. See what I'm talking about? Oh shit, look right there. Okay, hold up. See the one right there, right by her arm? You guys see the one right there, right by her arm? That's Jeff Daniels and Catherine O'Hara. There Goes the Neighborhood. And I know that because I was looking at that. I was watching trailers with Catherine O'Hara. And that movie popped up the other day. So that right there is Jeff Daniels on the right, Catherine O'Hara, kind of doing that whole old farmer pose or whatever, but that's, if you guys have ever seen that movie, it's really fucking funny. Oh God, what have we got? Is that, okay. What's the one up there and the guy in the hat? I don't know which one I can't, God, the quality. Can we get a little closer? Can we get some views? See what the movies are. What do we got there? I can't. Why do I get the feeling that the one right here in the hat, that's striking distance? Bruce Willis. It feels like striking distance. Let me look up striking distance. Fucking striking distance, 1993 movie. Let's see here. Hold on. VHS cover. No. I mean, striking distance is 1993. But this is the cover that it would have looked like. So it was not that one. It's a good movie, though. Is this the one where you... No, that's not. This isn't the one where you see Bruce Willis's dick. Not that it matters, but there are ones where you see Bruce Willis's dick. Anyway, let's check this out again. This is fucking cool. Oh, my God. This brings back so many fucking memories. But seriously, Sister Act right there, man. That movie's great. Look how many copies of Turtles they got, man. You can't look how many copies. 1, 2, 3, 4 shelves, 4 fucking shelves. 1, 2. That's at least 40, 50 copies of the movie right there. At $100 MSRP for the price of the tape, man. That's like a $500 investment right there. Holy shit. And I just got that the 4K box set like 2 months ago. Less than 2 months ago. So that's fucking dope. Oh wait, oh shit, what's right next to it? What's right next to it on the other side? What is that movie? Can anyone identify the movie right there, right on the other side of the shelf? I know it instantly. Can you guys, come on. The movie that's right there on the other shelf that's got as many fucking spots taken up. Oh my God, look at what's underneath Turtles though. Oh, that ain't Navy SEALs. I mean, Navy SEALs might be there, but that ain't Navy SEALs. But look, you got toys down there right there at the bottom by where my head is. Look at that. Holy shit. Goddamn right. Under siege, baby. Hell yeah. Oh, darn it. I missed the sale. Okay. Well, fuck it. Snakes on a Plane. I was waiting to buy it till after I got paid again, but it just went up in price. I just checked my Amazon. Oh, well, it'll happen again. I'll wait for the next sale. It's fine. I was making a Clerks. Oh, how the fuck was I gonna? You can't make a Clerks reference. I get the Clerks reference, absolutely, but it's like it doesn't apply in that particular moment. Ooh, Navy SEALs. All right. Which one is she looking at right there? Come on, get closer. Don't zoom in on her face. What is she looking at? Okay, Under Siege. No, get Under Siege, lady. What are you doing? No, it's a rip-roaring good time. You got Erica Eleniak jumping out of a fucking birthday cake with her titties all hanging out. You got Steven Seagal fucking crushing Tommy Lee Jones' eyes and shit. Oh, there's Toys. Toys was weird. It's fucking. Do you guys remember the fucking trailer for Toys? The movie was odd. Come on, what we got? Oh, this is so cool. This is so cool. All right. Oh, dude's got the Tasmanian devil. Oh, shit. Look at that. It's the old. If you weren't around in the early 90s, there was this like weird resurgence with like Looney Tunes of trying to make them hip. Right. So there's a lot of like jerseys and a lot of like sportswear featuring. And this was like all a lead up to like it's before Space Jam. But this was like, you know, they had the Warner Brothers store. You could buy all this shit. Dude, guy's got his fucking sleeves rolled up. Probably had a pack of ciggies in there. Holy crap. Look at that. Oh, shit. Even got the fucking... Look like this. Look at this guy. He's got the fucking jorts or whatever. Oh, there we go. The Home Alone 2 had just come out. Okay, now you could look at... You could buy the movies for $9.88. Last of the Mohicans, Innocent Blood. What is this one here? Oh, God. Wish this get closer. LA Story. Oh, LA Story was really good. Oh, look, they got Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure down, or Bogus Journey down there at the bottom. The bottom right. What else do they got? Oh, shit. Come on, getting closer, man. This is great. I'm loving this. Cash. Because back then it was either pay with cash or pay with check. They didn't have the ability to do a debit card at the time. You had to go to the bank, actually pull out money.
Yeah, you can have 2 over here.
Oh, Raisinets. Rent a game. Yeah. What do they got? Oh, the Blockbuster bag. Oh, yeah, I remember that. Yeah, you had to wear like the shirt and tie to be a manager there. This is before they got the polos, I think, for everybody. Okay, there we go. Yeah, it is the Bugs Bunny, and it is the fucking Taz. It is those old ones. Do I remember the Blockbuster video game tournaments? Yes, that's actually where I went. That same Blockbuster was the one that I went to in order to play Donkey Kong Country on a tournament back in the day. Yeah, this was 8 years before Return of Lord of the Rings. Yeah, it was. Time was so different there. So different. It's crazy to think about, right? I just more or less like laugh at the fact that, you know, that guy's got the Looney Tunes shirt.
The red one's due back tomorrow before midnight. The other one's Saturday. Okay, have a great day. Have a good afternoon. Bye-bye.
The red one is due back tomorrow by midnight, new release, and the other one's due back on Saturday. This was a Monday, I think. So it was like 5-day rental, 2-night rental. So yeah, that was a big one.
Limit to how many peripheral units.
But yeah, there we go. Yeah, you get the red, right? Like the newer releases. Oh my God, leap of fucking faith. Steve Martin plays a televangelist. Ooh. Can anyone hear the movie guy in the background? Oh, Hero. All right, that movie. Fucking Gina Davis. Fucking Dennis Hoffman. Andy Garcia. What is... Wait, is it just me? Is that a trailer for All Dogs Go to Heaven? Is that what that trailer is? I wouldn't mind a show based in the 90s where a group of friends were working at a Blockbuster for the summer. They did do a show on Netflix called I think it was about working at a Blockbuster. It lasted like one season before it got canceled. You would have to like really tie it into like, you know, it would have to be very deep culture on that. It'd be very difficult to do is what I'm trying to say. Like a bunch of dudes working in a video store would be kind of cool, but you'd have to like make it a certain thing, I guess. Like, I don't know how to do it. What else? No, that's a Fern Gully. It's a Fern Gully trailer. No, or maybe I'm thinking wrong. A Few Good Men, a Rob Reiner film. May he rest in peace. Wow. The guy's just, whoever's doing this is just getting, he's just getting B-roll footage. Musical comedies. Yeah, they do this for the news. He's just getting B-roll footage. The Last Wave. Peter Weir's The Last Wave. Oh my God. That's fucking... let's see here. The 1990s. We'll take a look at this.
Imagine the perfect video store. It would have a great selection, right? Right. Over 10,000 videos. 3 evening rentals, so no rush, no hassle. Fast checkout. 24-hour quick drop return. Open late every night. Well, the perfect video store
Welcome to Blockbuster Video.
is popping up all over the country. There's one near you.
Blockbuster Video. Wow, what a difference.
It's the 4th of July.
That, I mean, that's, for one, I think we have to admit, that's a really, really good commercial. Given, like, the technical aspect of it was really good. Do I remember Suncoast Video? Hell yeah, dude. Hell yeah. I think there's still one down in Lloyd Center in Portland. I don't know, though. I don't know if there is. I mean, there was, let's see. Does Suncoast Video still exist? In Lloyd Center, Portland. It was in Lloyd Center. Let's see. No. The Suncoast Motion Picture Company is no longer in Lloyd Center in Portland as of 2025. Only 2 Suncoast locations remain in the entire country. Jacksonville, North Carolina, and Beaver Creek, Ohio. So if you want to go to Suncoast Video, you have got to get your ass to either Beaver Creek, Ohio, right? Or Jacksonville, North Carolina. That would be kind of fun to go out there to go see. Because, you know, guaranteed it's still fucking expensive. But that is some great stuff here. Wasn't that going to be the Clerks TV show? No, there was another show. There was another show that had Natasha Lyonne in it, where they worked in a video store. It was a pilot. It also had like Ken Marino and was Ryan Reynolds in that one too? So let's see. Comedies used to rule the 80s and 90s. It's crazy how they're treated now. Yeah. I mean, like, I don't know what would get people back to the theaters. I think, honestly, you know what? No, well, hold on. Anyone But You and No Hard Feelings did pretty well. And those are sex comedies, right? Not like hardcore sex comedies, not like the shit like we saw back in the 80s, but, you know, people like to laugh about sex. People like to laugh about that kind of stuff. And so I think, you know, that might be able to get them. Natasha Lyonne relapsed a week ago. Yeah, I heard about that. That's real sad. But at least she's honest about her struggles, and so that's good. That's a solid for her to be honest about everything. And so I think that's pretty good on her. You know what I mean? Let's see if there's any more stuff here. Just Watch Mojo did a video, 10 things we miss about Block. You know, we'll watch Mojo. Fuck it. We'll check this out.
Blockbuster nostalgia hit America and the world, and the only place to get your fix was our little Blockbuster that could.
Welcome to Watch Mojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 things we loved about Blockbuster Video.
How many?
Now let me just quickly point out here. Okay, I do have to kind of like touch upon the revisionism that we're seeing here with this. Okay, like, and what I mean by the revisionism is the fact that when you have got the fact that now we're like, oh, I miss Blockbuster. I miss like there's highs of it that are really good. The walking through the aisles, you know. But there was also like, you know, the late policy, right? There was like sometimes a lack of inventory. The fact that you had to have like for Hollywood Video, for example, one Blockbuster or one Hollywood Video card was only active per location because everything was a franchise. Whereas Blockbuster was wholly owned by the corporate. The fact that Blockbuster could have could have actually purchased Netflix and didn't do it. And then ultimately Netflix kind of put them out of business. So that's kind of crazy. But I mean, there are definitely good things about Blockbuster, but there's also like a little bit of revisionist here. I hate everything triggered. When isn't he triggered? Is it just me or is it stream buffering? It might just be you. It's fine on my end. But then again, you know, StreamYard is going to StreamYard.
How many copies of Meet the Fockers do we have in stock, Shelly?
6. We still have 6.
Okay, good. That should be good.
For this list, we're looking at all our favorite aspects of the now defunct home video rental giant. What do you miss about Blockbuster Video? Let us know in the comments. Number 10, knowledgeable employees.
Checking out the staff pics, Miss Bennis.
Oh, hey. Yeah, this Vincent guy, he is the best. He and I have the exact same taste in movies.
As an employee at Blockbuster, you got free rentals and even had the chance to view new releases before they were put on the shelves. Sure, it was retail, but it was fun. There aren't many places that pay you to talk about movies all day. More often than not, employees were passionate about movies and TV shows and offered solid recommendations. Some were even like a walking IMDb, with the ability to decipher a movie title based on a customer's vague description.
What's that werewolf?
Okay, so that's me in a nutshell. You'd be amazed at how many times I got drunken phone calls in the middle of the night from my friends who were trying to figure out something about a movie. And they were like, we don't have the answer to that or the cognitive ability to look it up ourselves. So let's call and wake Matt up so he knows, because it's pretty sure he knows what's going on. That was my life. That's one of those things that I do miss to an extent.
Movie with E.T.'s mom in it?
The Howling, horror, straight ahead.
Okay, thanks.
These days, we have algorithms that use our watch history to give us calculated suggestions. But nothing beats an actual movie lover's honest opinion.
And I said to the clerk, give us like the most disgusting horror movie that you have. And he gave us Blood-Sucking Freaks.
Number 9, having a membership card.
Kieran used to work at Blockbuster and he has his card on him. So we're going to try and use it. And you have a...
So that is your old Blockbuster?
This is my original one, yeah.
This one may seem ridiculous, but it was cool to have an official membership card, okay?
Dude,
Flashing your...
wait. Hold on. Did he get Doom Annihilation? Did he get Doom Annihilation?
Yeah.
This one may seem ridiculous, but...
Hold on.
But it was cool to have an official...
Oh my God, he did. He got Doom Annihilation. That is one of the worst movies ever. Oh my God. Did I used to watch Saturday morning cartoons? Which ones did I like? Yes, I did. I'd watch what was on Fox, like X-Men, Fantastic Four, Iron Man. I enjoyed Pink Panther as well, but it was kind of like, I don't like, a lot of that stuff kind of blends together, to be honest with you. I remember going to my library with a card and with my aunt and getting She's All That. Dude, She's All That's a classic. That is the Angry Video Game Nerd. Yes, I'm assuming this is the Blockbuster in Eugene, Oregon. This is what I think it is. The Blockbuster in Eugene, Oregon. The last one. Sorry, Bend, Oregon. I want to make sure I get that correctly. All right. Wow. Okay. Sorry, I gotta clear out my memory right now. But this is eating up my memory. Holy shit.
Official membership card, okay? Flashing your special card to the clerk, especially as a kid, made you feel important. Blockbuster also had a great rewards program, which came with even cooler cards. The benefits may have evolved over the years, but there was something free every week or month.
If you rent a kids movie, you can get a cool Blockbuster Play Pass free.
For the serious film buff, some stores offered a movie pass. You could pay a monthly fee and get unlimited rentals, checking out 1 to 3 movies at a time.
What? Is that bad? I still have a Blockbuster card. What happened to Blockbuster?
Number 8, movie-themed environment.
See, okay, so I don't know, like, the Blockbuster, did it see, honestly, I think by that point in time, I had largely stopped renting as much. I think because I just bought more movies at the time, and I was working at the theater, so I just didn't rent as much because I just didn't have to. So I'm kind of like a little bit like, what the fuck with that kind of membership to unlimited rental? I don't remember any of that. You had Movie Pass. I mean, I had Movie Pass. That was the actual Movie Pass card. I had that. Yeah. I think I used it one time. That was it. Multi-pass. There you go. There you go. Now, as an adult, we flash our Costco card or your Sam's Club card. Yeah. God, they're fucking crazy about their Costco cards these days, man.
In 2018, a blockbuster.
Sorry, hold on. Fun fact. If you want to get into Costco without showing a membership card, just say you're going to the pharmacy or you're there to buy booze, because both of those things do not require a membership to get in.
Blockbuster in Alaska famously received a special Russell Crowe collection from TV host John Oliver.
And I will admit, it does sound like something that we would do. You know, buy Russell Crowe's jockstrap and send it to one of the last remaining blockbusters in Alaska. Even that sentence is absolutely incredible to say out loud.
But Blockbusters always had movie-themed decor in the form of posters, standees, and marquee boards with coming attractions. Stores usually had multiple TVs playing movie trailers, music videos, and even full-length features. Blockbuster kept it family.
So when I worked at Hollywood Video, we would show movies all the time, or music videos that were like basically rated G. We couldn't do PG. It had to be rated G. And so music videos, it was very kind of subjective because a lot of that stuff was like edited for television anyway, you know? And so, yeah, we couldn't play like, you know, Empire Strikes Back because it was rated PG. Like the owner wanted us to do just G-rated films, which, you know, was okay. But it still kind of sucked.
Friendly though, having an almost Disney-like atmosphere. And employees would often microwave popcorn to give the store that movie theater scent. What's more enticing than smelling popcorn while looking at movies?
It smells the same. It absolutely smells the same.
Number 7.
I want to say that that's a Mandela effect situation, or maybe just wherever I was. I don't know about you guys. I never went to a Blockbuster or a Hollywood Video or a mom and pop video store that was like had the smell of popcorn. They sold popcorn there, but they never made the popcorn there. Like I never did that. And I went to a lot of video stores, a lot. So that to me just feels like it's a Mandela effect or something that like maybe like one thing did and then like the urban legend spread.
Snack section. Speaking of movie theater treats, let's not forget Blockbuster's incredible snack section.
I love movies. You know that. That smell in Blockbuster, that candy and carpet smell, I get high off.
They stocked all of our theater candy favorites. Twizzlers, Milk Duds, M&Ms. They also had drinks, chips, pretzels, ice cream, and for some reason, pickles.
These tiny pickles are hilarious. They're called cornichon.
Blockbuster had a variety of microwave and stovetop popcorn too, from big tubs to small packets. It wasn't just plain old popcorn though. You could choose from different flavors like buttered, kettle, and caramel. Plus, they'd often have a bundle promo to make things more affordable.
No place like the video store, eh, my friend? Convenience at its peak.
Number 6, promotions and exclusives.
I'll have you know that Netflix, Hulu, and Crackle still don't make the money Blockbuster does.
As previously mentioned, Blockbuster had some of the best promos going. You could find free rental coupons almost anywhere, including at food establishments like Pizza Hut and Taco Bell. And the in-store promos were awesome too. In 1999, the company set up Pokemon Snap stations where you could print digital images from the Pokemon game.
You can go to a participating Blockbuster store, print out your best shots, grab an entry form, and mail it to Nintendo's Take Your Best Shot contest. The best shot wins an Australian safari for 4.
And who remembers?
Okay, like that is cool. That is great. They had a certain smell, but not popcorn. No, they didn't have an adult section there. They did not have an adult section there. Hold on, let's see. This is here. Thank you, by the way. When Exo Squad was canceled, all the writers moved to X-Men the Animated Series and won. All the writers moved to X-Men the Animated Series and won Emmys for writing. Well, there you go. So they moved up in the world, and unfortunately, does not get any kind of Exo Squad conclusion.
Bonus boxes. Those little treasure chests were filled with trial-sized snack samples, candy, coupons, and even AOL program discs. Whether it was free Popcorn Tuesdays or exclusive Star Wars action figures, Blockbuster always seemed to have a super sweet deal.
The new Congo bonus box from Blockbuster Video. It's full of candy, snacks, coupons, and more. All kinds of goodies.
Number 5.
They had a Congo pack? Yo, that's fucking sick, dude. Was I a big Mountain Dew drinker in the 90s? No, I was all about the Surge, baby. I was all about the Surge. Mountain Dew's okay. I like Diet Mountain Dew right now. I really, if I'm gonna drink Mountain Dew, I drink Diet Mountain Dew. I think it tastes great. If I can get it out of like a, if I can go to the store and get it with a little splash of like a lemon that you might find at like a 7-Eleven or some shit, it's pretty solid. But no, I don't really drink a lot of soda. But anyway, that's not what I meant. A unique smell. I meant, nah, you meant that, RWP. Don't even fucking trip. Don't even play. You fucking absolutely did.
New releases.
It's hard to find spaces where the point is discovering things, or the point is being around people who like the same things as you.
If you were looking to rent the latest flicks out of Hollywood, Blockbuster was the place to go. And for anyone who couldn't make it to the theater, this was their chance to see the most popular movies of the time.
I kind of get the impression that it was this way everywhere, but I don't know if it was, but I could rent all the rated R movies. You know, so I would just rent like Friday the 13th, 1 through 7, and
Okay, sometimes we'd get to the store too late, only to find that the newest releases were out of stock. But in its early days, Blockbuster would often offer an IOU for a free rental, so you still got to go home with something. Plus, some big-name studios even made deals with the company, providing them earlier access to the newest releases.
I mean, look at the James Bond section. Every James Bond movie. Every Avatar movie, because, you know, there's just the one so far.
Number 4, renting video games and consoles.
But get real. You'd rather be playing video games. You can rent them from Blockbuster. They've got more of the coolest new Nintendo, Super Nintendo, and Sega Genesis games for rent than anyone in the world.
Blockbuster was known...
That was a big deal. Like, no, that was a big fucking deal, but it cost a lot of money. When I rented a PlayStation 1, it cost me $125 for the deposit. And then I got it for a couple days. Was that Sean O'Rourke? No, that was Doug Benson. Let's see. Surge Police. It was all about the Josta. Do you mean, is that Jolt and Shasta or what the fuck? I don't know what you're talking about there, Spherical Man. I don't know what you're saying at all. I don't know what's going on, man. Anyway. All right. Fucking wizard.
For movies, but they were tops in the gaming world too. Gaming can get pretty expensive, so that's why we loved being able to rent games as a means to try them out. You know, before shelling out the big bucks to secure a copy for ourselves. Needed a console? You could rent that too.
Can't find the new PlayStation 2? Get to Blockbuster. They've got new PS2 systems and games for rent.
The stores had kiosks where you could actually play demos. They also carried games like Resident Evil that came with limited edition extras. And did you know that in the 90s, the company hosted 2 Blockbuster World Video Game Championships? Yep, they took gaming pretty seriously.
So dudes, why not get your games at Blockbuster? It's the mature thing to do.
Number 3.
I mean, if you think about it, it was kind of like, yeah, that was kind of a hangout. It was kind of a hub for that. They took that shit seriously. Josta, look it up. They made a joke about it in Loki season 1. I've never heard of it, but I'll look it up later. Sega Genesis rental was $20 for the weekend. Did you not have to put down a fucking deposit though? Because like I had to put down a deposit. Maybe because I was under the age of 18. I don't know.
3. Social experience.
There was a girl who I was attracted to who was a customer in the store, and she looked a little bit, actually no, a lot like Jamie Gertz.
At one point in time, going to Blockbuster was as common as going to the gas station. It was honestly one of the best places to be on the weekends or a Friday night. Yep, this was a hot spot for meeting up with friends, getting a movie for date night, or a family outing.
Going to the video store with like your mom or your dad or your friends, getting a video and getting a pizza and coming home.
There was always a good chance you'd run into someone you'd know, so hopefully you weren't renting anything embarrassing. Blockbuster was also a chance to meet fellow film buffs and discuss your favorite titles. Giving and receiving recommendations with others, even strangers, was a part of the experience.
That is true.
Brittany's, terrible picks. Erica's, no good.
7 is no.
It's all about Zach.
Number 2, organized layout.
They're the Blockbuster Entertainment team. They buy more copies of new films for you to rent than anyone.
Retail stores can often get chaotic and messy, making the shopping experience less than pleasant. Blockbuster, on the other hand, kept their stores organized. The outer walls were dedicated to all the alphabetized new releases, while the favorites, anything that wasn't new, were in the inner aisles categorized by genre.
And I'll always remember being disappointed if
what I wanted was not there. And then the first thing you do is you go right to the counter and you go, hey, when's this film supposed to be turned back in, you know?
Oh,
the common browsing strategy started at the new release wall, then made its way through the aisles, ending with the snack section. It was like being guided through a sea of possibilities. It was a bit overwhelming, but also exciting, as you never knew what you'd find.
And so that's how I saw the Peter Sellers Pink Panther when I was 6 years old and had little to no idea what I was watching the whole time.
Before we unveil our top pick, here are some honorable mentions. Family bonding. A blockbuster night was a family night.
My mom would pick one, and she allowed me and my sister to each pick a video, and so it always became like a bit of like a treasure hunt.
Holding hard copies. Sometimes we just need that tangible experience.
When I hold something like this in my hands, it is like going back to your childhood home and picking up like a stuffed animal.
Pre-owned movie sales. The best place to stock up on cheap DVDs.
You know it's been used.
It's tangible. It's a lot.
The commercials. Some of the most memorable ads of the 90s.
Blockbuster's America's family video store. You know, we have more kids' videos than any place else. More movies, more nights, more fun.
Blockbuster Video. Wow, what a difference.
Cover art. Thumbnails just aren't the same.
Classic movie, heavy metal. My 9-year-old son has seen this.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos.
Peace when you walk in and you go, the world is mine. I can accomplish anything right now. Everything is at my fingertips. I love it. I miss it like crazy.
Simply put, browsing made Blockbuster a truly magical place. Walking into a world of movies is exciting in and of itself, but roaming aisles upon aisles of films felt like an adventure. This was especially true if you didn't have a particular title in mind. Heck, it was also a great way to kill time.
I swear sometimes I just would go to a video store and walk around for a while and then just leave, like not even rent something.
Whether you were alone or with company, perusing the choices became a fun treasure hunt. You never knew if you'd stumble upon your new favorite movie or maybe come across something you hadn't seen in ages. Knowing you could find a gem at any moment was a major thrill.
There'll always be someone out there wanting to keep that alive, keep the fires of that wonderful, nostalgic, sentimental memory like burning.
Do you agree with our picks?
See, and that's that's the thing, man. Like, I feel bad for like my kids, you know, just because like they're not going to have that experience, right? It's one of the reasons why like I like to show them physical, you know, like my daughter was like, hey, let's watch Ninja Turtles. And I'm like, wait till I get the physical copy of it. You know, we popped it in and we watched it, you know. So she's like, they know I like to buy digital. Like, I like to get physical. But we also have a Plex server and I got a bunch of stuff on there as well. So like, you know, they know how to access shit. Although tonight we were watching on Netflix before they went to bed. We were watching, what was it? Watching Is It Cake, which is fun. Yeah, I saw that you sent it though as I was doing other shit. So all right, yeah, we'll get to that. Take a look at that one. I think I might have seen it as I was perusing the stuff here. Oh, okay. This is the Josta soda. Yeah, it doesn't look. Is that like an East Coast thing or something? Because I don't remember ever seeing that. That's just my thing though. Okay. All right. I don't think we're gonna do the full 16 minutes on this one, Rational, because that's a lot. But we'll take a look at the first couple minutes of it. So this is apparently a Hollywood video training video, right? This is what you had to go through. I don't remember seeing any of this though when I worked at Hollywood Video, but then again, that was almost 27 years ago. So yeah. Hollywood Entertainment.
Warning. The following show features stunts performed either by professionals or under the supervision of professionals. Accordingly, Hollywood Entertainment Corporation insists that no one attempt to recreate or reenact any stunt or dangerous activities performed or portrayed on this show. However, you should reenact and follow the safety tips you see presented here. You'll be glad you did.
I'm Johnny Wilsonville. Welcome to Knucklehead.
Oh my God.
This is the drop box of joy.
Got that right.
Oh yeah, I remember having to go out and get that. What the fuck? What in the ever-loving fuck is this?
Well, that looks brilliant. Hey, what's up, Hollywood Video and Game Crazy? Chris here. Well, those knuckleheads don't look like they're too concerned with safety, but you and me, we know better. At Hollywood Video and Game Crazy, the safety of your
Okay,
partners...
so this is from the mid-2000s when they got into the game crazy side of it, when they were really trying to push the fucking video games. But they were so overpriced.
Gas is a priority. That means taking precautions, using common sense, and being smart to avoid accidents and injuries.
Oh, real quick here. Tony here. Yeah, I was actually watching Three Ninjas again with my daughters last week. They love that damn movie. So yeah, we very much we watch it, not as, like, you know, we watch it pretty frequently.
This is Dumpster Dive.
What the?
Show me!
They were actually paid to make this.
You know, I've heard of dumpster diving before, but I didn't realize it was a contact sport. At least this time they've got the right equipment. But you're not doing any stunts at work, so why the big deal about safety? Well, look, when you're not careful, you can get hurt just doing normal everyday stuff. And getting hurt hurts. And being injured
True
can really
crime,
affect your
SOCOM
life,
too?
both on
Wow.
the job and off. You've got a lot riding on your safety, so don't trash it. And getting hurt can cost you. If you get hurt and can't come to work, how are you going to put food on the table for you or your family? Or at the very least, pay for tuition, make that car payment, or buy that new DVD player you wanted. And think about your partners. They're counting on you to stay in one piece so that you can come to work. Oh, and don't forget our guests. They come in to get the latest movie or check out the hottest new game, not to get injured. It's up to you to make sure they're safe in our store. And then there's the company as a whole.
Wait. If you're injured on the job, like you're not fucking around, but you actually get hurt on the job, like workman's comp is a fucking thing. Like, listen to what he said there. Like, you don't work if you get injured. Okay, but like if it's a fucking thing where, like, you know, there is a negligent act that happens and you get injured as a result of that, like, oh my God, that's wow. This is why you could tell the whole concept of, like, fucking the hatred of the working man. But wait, hold on. What do they got there? They got Silence of the Lambs, Gone with the Wind. I see Braveheart. I can't tell the other films right there.
When our partners or guests get hurt, it hurts us all because it affects the bottom line. How much do injuries cost us? Well, between insurance, medical bills, and payments for lost wages, Hollywood loses over $7 million a year due to injuries. And that's a lot of money, my friends. So how can you avoid accidents and injuries in your store? It's about using your noodle, using common sense, and not being a knucklehead.
This is Day Tripper.
What? Oh my God.
You don't have to be a professional knucklehead to take a fall. I know it happens to me every once in a while. In fact, for us amateurs, slips, trips, and falls are a big problem. In the U.S., over 1 million people get hurt every year slipping, tripping, and falling on the job. So how do you avoid slips, trips, and falls in your store? Well, it all starts down on the floor. Keep your floors dry and mop up spills immediately. And don't forget your caution sign. Achtung, cuidado. You've got one of these. Use it at the first sign of trouble. You've also got to keep your store clear of things that could trip people up, especially in the aisles and pathways. This means movies, boxes, display cases, garbage, whatever. Always keep an eye out for stuff that gets in the way. And that includes product displays, fixtures, poster stands, or any other visual presentation element. Always make sure that there's a clear path. Consult your visual presentation guide and quarterly planner for instructions on how to set these items up properly. And if you need to deviate from the planner to make sure that your store is safe, just be sure to check with your district manager first. Check to see that floor mats are flat and aren't going to be a trip hazard. And if you have stairs or steps, make sure they're clean and clear.
I mean, yeah,
And keep your
okay.
floors and carpeting in good shape. That means no rough edges or fraying that could trip someone up. On the outside, make sure you've got ice melting product in stock during the winter, just in case things get slippery. Check the floors in your store regularly. If you've got damaged carpet or flooring in your store that needs some extra attention, let your district manager know. If you keep your floors clean and keep the pathways clear of stuff...
No, when I worked at Hollywood Video, we had to wear the tuxedo shirt with the vest. And the vest was like a black vest with all these like rainbow color things for movies on it. I always like to make the joke that I looked like a bouncer at a gay nightclub because that's what it looked like. It was very fruity for the time, you know. I could swear Hollywood Videos had carpeting. Yeah, they have carpeting. But if you see, this is also like when they went through their whole redesign phase from a long time ago. They really wanted to like be more contemporary, and I didn't really care for when they did the remodel with the Game Craze, because it went more like, you know, like techno. Like look at the color when they cut over to the gaming stuff. It looks more like, I don't know if I want, it's like industrial. That's the word I want to use, industrial. It seems kind of weird.
You'll reduce the chance for slips, trips, and falls in your store.
Is that a Sherry's restaurant? I think they filmed this in Oregon.
Come on, stack it up.
Nice. As our friends there just demonstrated, lifting is really less about muscle and more about technique. Safe lifting means keeping your back straight. Keep your center of gravity and let your legs do the work. Use these steps to lift safely, and you can save your back from getting
See what I'm talking
seriously
about? Like there, because you got the purple shirt, okay, and then you've got the Game Crazy stuff back over there, which entirely changes the motif of the store. Because if you look at the other side, like the reverse of where he, you know, with what he's looking at, you'll see like the yellow wall, and you'll see like more of the inline color scheme that you would, you know, notice normally. But then you go back to the game stuff and it's all dark and green and industrial looking. It's a total like clashing of colors. It's so weird.
First, size up the load and decide if it's
maybe
too
not
heavy
right there.
or awkward to lift alone. If it seems that way, get some help. Map out the route you will take. Check for hazards and make sure you've got some place to unload. Make sure that you can see over the top of the load. Test the weight of the load before you lift by pushing it with your hands or feet to see how easily it moves. This will give you a good idea of how heavy it is. Get as close to the load as you can so you've got the most leverage. Put your feet about shoulder width apart and straddle the load if possible. Tuck in your hips and bend your knees. Don't bend at the waist or extend your upper body. That's the easiest way to tweak your back. Now you're ready to lift. If you have to turn, move those feet.
See what I mean? Like look at the purple, the red, the yellow, the blue, how we can see 4 different colors right there. All right. Like matching with the purple shirt and everything else. Like this looks more like, you know, more inviting. And then contrast that with the gaming side, which looks more like
not your torso.
Back alley
When you
abortion.
put down your load, bend at the knees and put it down slowly.
Load.
Follow these simple steps.
See what I mean? See what I mean? Like they're shooting in the same store. So it's just like it just, God damn, where is this at anyway?
You can lift like a pro.
Ready?
What the fuck? Oh, hold on. Do you see that real quick? When they hit him, watch. You can see the mat. Okay, right. And they land. There it is. See the blue mat right there? That they landed on the mat to keep him safe.
Ladders present unique opportunities for some really unsafe and knuckle-headed moves. So when using a ladder, you've got to remember the basics of ladder safety.
10.5, man.
I give him a perfect 10 for stupidity. Not a wise move. Check out the ladder before using it. That means make sure that there aren't any cracks, bends, splits, or corrosion, and that rungs, steps, bolts, and rivets are tight. Never use a ladder while working by yourself. Wait until another partner is on shift. If you get into trouble, you'll need someone to help you out. Before climbing a ladder, make sure that it is on solid, level ground. If not, don't climb it. Don't overreach. Always make sure you're facing the ladder when going up or down. And always put a ladder away immediately after using it so that it's not a hazard to our partners or guests, or so that kids won't be tempted to climb on it. And be sure that the ladder is secured so it doesn't fall down. And that's the ups and downs of ladders, my friends.
It's a lot of cocaine. All right. I mean, I'm 10 minutes in. I'm spent on this thing. Don't get me wrong. It is just what it is. Yeah. Why bunnies? I don't know. What they needed is they just needed an interstitial to make it work. That's all that is. God, I don't know, man. Like, I get the why of all that stuff. Like, that's so funny though. It's so crazy. Anyway, let's see. It's cringe. It is cringe. It is cringe. Yeah, that's pretty cringe. But it's like, but it is remind me, like, I've seen some training videos like that. And it's just mostly pretty BS. It's just whatever. So let's see. It's almost 1 o'clock in the morning. I think we've been on for 2 hours now. I think I'm going to cut it. Did Hollywood Video really look that dark and gloomy? Like I said, that one did. That one did. I don't know why they chose that one specifically. But they decided, that that's what they wanted. And they really wanted to make it out to be like it's just such a contrast. It's so weird. But yeah. Anyway, no, this was a lot of fun. This was cool, kind of looking at all this shit. Obviously, I didn't really have any subjects. This is kind of an hangout sort of thing. I don't know. It's the stuff going on right now is kind of like, I was hoping Chris was going to hit me up, because he hit me up earlier and he was all like, I told him I was going to go live, but he did not get back to me. So, it is what it is, man. I can't make that motherfucker, get on and shit. So. But yeah, what else we got? I mean, is there anything else going on? Where has he been? He's been dealing with some stuff. He's got some stuff going on. I talked to him, so I know he's okay. I talked to him today. I'm just giving him shit because I like to BS with him on here. But again, it's just kind of like, I don't really ever like schedule my stuff ahead of time, right? I'm just like, yeah, let's go fucking live. Let's go, let's go live and see what happens. But yeah. In your vids under what's going on? And what is this? An AI? What is this? Workplace safety video? What kind of workplace safety video? Hold on, I got to bring up fucking Discord because I don't have it up. What do we got here? All right. Vids. Let me see. What is this found footage test thing? Okay, hold on. Hold on.
Watch out!
Jesus Christ.
Hey, you guys are in here! Hey! Help! Ah!
Jesus Christ. It only takes a second to be safe. I should send this to my bosses so they can put it on our next safety meeting. Holy fucking shit. That's crazy. That was good. Thank you. That's a good way to kind of end things. Well, the only movie talk for this week was Melania and Iron Lung. Yeah. I mean, like, those were definitely something. You know, I'm looking to see. I'll tell you what. Neither one of those movies, from what I can tell, has been bootlegged. From what I can gather, I was kind of curious just to see, you know, what exactly is you know, like what exactly has come out, because you can kind of see, like, you know, when you're looking at like the lists of what gets leaked and whatever. Let's see, there's a Return to Silent Hill got leaked. Marty Supreme got leaked. 28 Years Later, The Bone Temple got leaked. Shelter got leaked. Melania and Iron Lung have not been bootlegged as far as I can tell. Now, granted, that could entirely fucking change. I don't know. But from what I have, you know, I have not seen. Well, did Send Help get it? Let's see. Because I'm surprised Send Help wasn't on there either. Usually where I take a look for some of this stuff, you can see it. Hold on here. I'm kind of looking around in a few places. All right. No, okay. All right, no, there is. Okay, Send Help has got a copy of the audio. Oh, the audio is shit. Okay, so that one got leaked out. But surprise. Okay, that one doesn't surprise. Oh, okay, hold on. Here's Iron Lung. Did someone bootleg Iron Lung? Although maybe I shouldn't probably, like, this is one I think does anyone even know what the fuck Iron Lung is? Like, I know what it's about. I watched some videos on it. But for the most part, it's like, it's really not, I hear it's not good. Spherical Man here says, I like Lung. I hear like it goes on like 40 minutes too long. Flicky Stream has it. Okay, I'm looking on Brocco Flicks. Let me see, Flicky Stream. Yeah, but okay, wait, hold on. Flicky Stream, they've got their, aren't they on the RU site now? Right? I think I was FlickyStream.ru. Yeah. Okay. Let's see here. There is, what do we got? I don't see trending now. Oh, there's Iron Lung. Okay. Let me see. I just want to see the quality. I'm not going to watch it, but I just want to see the quality of it. You know, I do want to, here's the thing with this movie. You know, Iron Lung is a movie that it looks interesting. I mean, considering the fact that it had less than $3 million budget and that Markiplier paid for it himself and that Markiplier wrote it, directed it, edited it, produced it, and everything else. And they shot it in this little tiny, enclosed environment with a ton of blood and everything. Like it's kind of crazy. Oh, well, no. Okay. The copy that they have here on Flicky Stream is all black and white. Do you see that? Oh, no, never mind. No, it's not black and white. It's okay. That's when you pause it, it's black and white. Yeah, I know it's based on a video game. It's pretty much Markiplier alone in one set piece for 2 hours, but it was interesting to watch. Well, yeah, you can do a lot. You can do a lot with that and really make it work. And which at times you can tell it has game elements. I was watching Markiplier's first playthrough of Iron Lung the other day to get an idea for what the game was. And so it's one where I feel like there's lore that he had to kind of expand upon. But the cool thing about him being involved in that is that, and the fact that it made the money that it did, goes to tell you that something like that's going to end up doing, like, maybe not like, I don't want to say like necessarily like gangbusters or whatever, but it is definitely going to bring a fair amount of, attention to some of these smaller games. Like, could you just fucking imagine if after this, we started seeing a bunch of these indie games and get picked up for movies? Like, could you imagine like a Papers, Please movie? Wouldn't that be fascinating? Right? Think about the intrigue of making that into a movie, right? A person whose job it is to check someone's papers at a fictional fucking border, like just something along those lines, or like a Shadow. What is it? Chernobyl, Shadows of Chernobyl, whatever the fuck it's called. Like, that would be interesting. What was the game that Animal Well, that video game Donkey made or whatever? Like, that's got some weird shit. Undertale could be a movie. I don't know how you would turn Undertale into a movie, but you could. Some of these things could be very interesting, I think. And that's just kind of fascinating. Like, how many like are they going to be able to do anything like that, or is that going to be what happens next? And I think it will be. I think we're going to see, some of these with like lower budgets, or maybe mid budgets, and they're going to make their cash right away. And then that's it. Animal Crossing, the movie. Goddamn right. Indie movies seem to be on the rise as popular films. I mean, that's kind of where things are right now. I think once AI gets involved, that's going to be a big factor. I know not everybody, again, likes AI, but one of the things we have to kind of remember about it is that the AI is only getting better, and then people will be able to make this shit from their home. Imagine what like Markiplier is going to be able to do when he does Iron Lung 2, but cuts down on the production budget, because because he is able to get the money for it again, I guess. Okay. So, all right. What is it? You got, I see people on Twitter right now trying to make the argument to like not promote the new Luc Besson movie. I don't know. I don't know what's going on. I know Luc Besson got accused of something, but I thought like he was cleared of it. So weird. It's so hard to understand what's going on with all this shit these days. Okay, what I wanted to show y'all, again, talking about the AI stuff, because I just feel it's such a fascinating topic. This is a new one. So this is an entirely AI short. It's called Chronicles of Bone. It's chapter 4, the prologue. I think just this guy's been making this with AI and whatnot. This is a guy to watch. No, because he's with Luc Besson. He's got Dracula, but there's been accusations made against him in France, I think, for like sexual assault or whatever. And I thought he was cleared, but I don't quite know. But anyway, just check this out for a few to see what can be expected from the AI as it gets better. Because you guys know I'm always a proponent, and I always want to see the creativity of it. I mean, you can tell some of it's AI, but still.
Loxlan was built on a lie. It is, and always has been, Mordain territory. Your harvests, your sons, your roads, all serve the Empire.
King Vlad Mordain granted us independence. We governed ourselves by his word.
Your independence was a myth. A story my father allowed you to believe. That story ends tonight.
Okay, like, again, looks really cool, but the voices just aren't there yet. I know there's a Baker's Canyon Part 2 I haven't watched yet.
This city knelt to a man who was never its king. This is how a lie ends.
Robin, please, put the bow down.
That arrow won't save him. It will only give him one last thing to watch. His son dying for nothing.
But they're gonna kill him.
I know.
Wait, is that Robin Hood? Oh, is that Friar Tuck? Because this whole thing is about like, it's all about, like fantasy characters, fairy tale characters that are public domain, obviously. Some of the editing could be a little tighter with the sound effects.
You've been taught your whole lives that resistance is pointless, that the Mordains cannot be beaten, because they do not fight like men. Their armies wear human faces, but their lords and generals are not human at all. To stand against them is to invite death. Everyone here knows that. And yet, this morning, they fell. Not because the odds were fair, not because the fight was safe, but because someone proved that fear only works while it remains unchallenged.
Dude, I want to know how the fuck he gets this consistency. Like, I should show this to Sean O'Rourke and he'll make a video calling it slop. Because you know he will. You know he will.
Not bad. Now let's do it again from 100 yards further.
He didn't promise victory. He showed that the impossible could bleed. You weren't saved by chance. You were saved because someone stood his ground and refused to believe the Mordanes were untouchable. They call him an outlaw because they are afraid to call him what he really represents. The hope you have forgotten. You have this hope now. You've seen it. Cherish your freedom. And do not let fear back into your lives.
Assassin's Hood, kind of. Okay, I kind of dig that tracking shot right there. I like how it went Dutch angle, kind of moved a little bit. That was pretty good.
King, Avalon has fallen. The reports are it was the Hood.
He is not taking cities at random. He is connecting them.
This Robin Hood must be dealt with. Hope spreads faster than fear.
Oh, that really church churro from the last video.
And that
Holy shit.
Makes him dangerous.
The cops just raided his office where? In San Francisco?
You're him. Robin Hood.
Careful. That name gets people killed.
I saw you this morning.
Pretty much all of Avalon did.
Not like that. I saw a scared child. A village burning. I saw your father kneel. And the arrow you never fired.
How do you know that?
Ever since I can remember. When I touch someone, their lives pour into mine. As if I've lived them myself. When you grabbed me this morning, I saw what made you who you are.
Where are your parents, boy?
When the Mordanes took our village, my parents didn't survive it. I earn my keep where I can. And I train when it's dark. But there's nothing here for me anymore. Let me join you and your men.
You're far too young for battle.
So are you.
You stay back. You learn. Most importantly, you listen to me, and you do not fight. Not until I say you're ready. Your first job. Finish getting my horse ready.
Why is that boy tending to your horse?
Yeah, so I was kind of confused. That happened hours ago.
New recruit.
I already raised one legend. Little John can lose sleep this time.
So this is turning into it. So what this is, for those of you who are still here, is that Chronicles of Bone has been the series that Kevin the Kid here has been working on. And it's going to be a free pick original series. I'm not too sure what free pick is. All-in-one creative suite combining AI and 250 million stock assets. Okay. After today, there are 2 more prologue episodes to follow, completing the prologue season, and then season 1 begins. The Chronicles of Bone prologue part 4. Okay. So, like, honestly, look, that shit was pretty fucking based. That was pretty fucking good. All right. Like, were there issues with it? Yes. Could the editing be tightened up in a couple of those scenes so it didn't feel like you're waiting for the AI to move? Because sometimes that happens, where there's like a beat or two before the AI itself like kind of kicks up. But like, they had good music. They had, a good vibe to it. The voice acting, you know what I mean? Look, you get some actors and some ADR, and you match it up and shit, and that's what actors fucking do. So that was pretty fucking cool. Let me try. Okay, I want to see hold on. Okay, well, I want to take a look here at, here we go. This is the Dead Man's Run. I haven't seen this one yet. Okay, so this is the one, by the way, that apparently Sean O'Rourke had criticized this, and like the person who was behind it had gotten like real mad. So I don't know. But this is the Baker's Canyon. I thought was pretty good. All right, let's see. Okay, we're back out there.
It's too far away from anywhere else to bring scavengers. You're all alone out there, I promise. I'll be back before dark.
Are these supposed to be like the Pikes or what?
You fellas out for a little joyride?
Kila no Tonga.
You'd be surprised. I grew up around here. I know these lands like the back of my hand.
Kel Kethiruns.
Oda OOM.
Orik Ulaidar. Ulaidar Aluvexa.
Hetakabum stesso. Uta Getchek Tulba.
Suraneshkai.
Noti.
Kormintek Vestalra. Irun Sabel. Ikorash Dralvekun.
Drin Voma Keth. Karesh Drin Lars. Rasomati. Chao Kitha and Lixa. Tochata Adanta Hakailu. Ota no Ankapau.
Imperials? What are they doing all the way out here? Donza Imperio. Ixamorun Keth. Shalti Brak.
Honestly, that looks like the special edition. Like, I mean, the CG looks about like it did in '97. All right.
The R2 unit.
R2 unit?
You heard me.
Well, it must be some kind of mix-up. What use would we have for one of those out here?
Stand down.
Why would the Jawas lie? To throw you off the scent of where those droids really went. I only mentioned one droid.
Krathun Velixara.
You kept your promise.
We kept it.
Log entry. Search subject located. 9823 in effect. Obstructive parties classified. Hostile. At my command.
And you know they survived all that because the stormtroopers can't shoot for shit. Okay, solid transition. Solid transition there. Mortis.
Come on! Out of the way! You know, at this age, you guys are almost cute!
I mean, are there that many banthas that are on Tatooine? Like, holy shit. I mean, we've never seen a herd of them before. This feels very Star Wars Special Edition. Like, that's what it feels inspired by. It's not bad. It's actually better than Book of Boba Fett. Okay, that's a good shot. I don't give a shit who you are. That's a good shot. It may not be perfect, but it's a good shot. Oh. Wow. Why the fuck were there the story? Now this is pod raising, yeah. No, Matt, they can't hit the main characters. Right. Fucking plot armor. Forgot about that. Okay, so, listen, that was not as good as the first one, I don't think. But it was a lot more ambitious, right? And the vibes were still there. I like the whole thing with Lars and Baru. I thought that was pretty good. But I'm telling you guys, like, this is where, like, in the next year and some change, we're going to be seeing a fair amount of this kind of stuff really coming out, and we're going to be seeing it pop up it's going to hit small channels first, right? Like the free pick, you're going to probably find it pop up on maybe like, a couple of these streaming services that are going to maybe finance some of this. And then you're going to see like, other people that are, going to be putting it up there. Probably not like on fucking Netflix or whatever, just right away. But there's going to be probably like, I would say a decent amount, of some of this shit, right? Either way, it's pretty cool. It's pretty fucking cool. You got to kind of roll with it. You know what I mean? So yeah, anyway. Where was I at? Okay. So I think that was good. I think that's a good place to kind of call it right now. It's good stream. Thank you guys for hanging out with me tonight. I'll probably be on tomorrow. I got nothing else going on. So all right, everybody, go get some rest. Have yourself a good one. Peace out.